Beto O'Rourke insists he is not running for office.
Good to see you. Yeah, thanks for being here.
But you might not know that, watching him at Dallas's Paul Quinn College.
So if you're ready to turn Texas blue, put your hands together and say his name. Beto, Beto, Beto.
Republican efforts to change how and when we vote have brought Beto back.
Is the single greatest attack on democracy in the course of our lives.
And given Democrats across the state something to campaign with.
We fought against the Neanderthal voter ID law and really won in the lower courts. It is clearly an opportunity now for us to say we're not going to be denied.
Tuesday, the Texas Democratic Party announced a massive effort to register 2 million more Texans to vote.
Voter registration won't guarantee that we'll win elections going forward in 2022 or beyond. But each new Democrat that we register does increase the likelihood that we win elections.
Governor Abbott has not announced a special legislative session this summer to reconsider voting laws. And Republicans have not yet revealed what a new bill might look like. Democrats, though, admit they have few options.
We don't have the numbers to stop the passage of this bill. It takes 76 votes and there are only 67 of us.
Democrats have walked out before, preventing a quorum required to vote on bills. That's just a temporary delay, though.
If we want to win elections in 2022.
More than anything, though, this issue now clearly foreshadows campaigns to come.
So Democrats plan to register as many people as possible to offset Republican changes to voting laws. One political consultant, though, tells me that registering voters is all fine and good, but he said that viable candidates and consistent messaging, that is what will be required for Democrats to really stand a chance next year.